Welcome to the Mayhem News Live Wrestling Broadcast with your host, the Man in Black, a.k.a. Team Iblievs. Each week we're here talking about the wrestling headlines and covering everything from Impact Wrestling to SmackDown. Join us each Tuesday via MayhemNews.com and the Mayhem News Live YouTube channel. You can subscribe to both and keep up with wrestling news and our show. Hi, welcome to the Mayhem News Live Wrestling Broadcast. I am the Man in Black, a.k.a. Team Iblievs, and welcome to the show today. Got some interesting news to talk about. First, a little reason if you're viewing this now, this is probably a little late. I've been having some problem with the editing software I use on the tablet, so I had to kind of work that out. And so this will be hello. This will be like the second or third time I've done the show, so here we go. First of all, Del Rio was apparently fired. Now, and everybody's, we're upset, and there's some people don't care, but here's my issue with Del Rio being fired. They actually announced that Alberto Del Rio was fired. There's an issue with that. And the reason why I have an issue with it is because that is the first time they've actually used a wrestler's ring name to say he was fired. Normally you say, well, so-and-so, formerly AKA, they usually use their real name. So there's a lot of talk in the internet wrestling community. I know the IWC is a bad rep, but some of the people that I actually trust, and actually respect their opinion, actually wonder if this isn't a work. We'll just have to see. I know Rodriguez was let go. I think that was stupidity on Triple H and WWE's thing. I can't believe they let him go. This is stupid. Letting Del Rio go would be, okay. But Rodriguez, his alter ego would had a wonderful run in WWE, or at least it would have in the old WWE. I don't know about this one now. If you don't watch the Joe Cronin show, I watched one of his little shows the other day about apparently him and Road Dogg was talking, about the Road Dogg was saying something about creative being always given the blame, and I kind of agree with Joe. Why wouldn't creative be blamed? They're the ones that create things, and I'm going to admit, I am not the avid WWE watcher as much as I used to be. Most of their shows, they have their high points. I can't say that it's just a complete flop like some of TNA stuff. But says hello again. But I can't say that they're as bad as TNA. But I don't know. I'm just, I just think that their stuff comes up lacking at times, and I just don't. I don't have a flair for it. I'll be honest. I've actually watched some stuff on the internet that's actually more entertaining because apparently these people know what their fans want. I've actually went to a David Hero show and been actually more, how would you say, entertained, really. Even though it's a small venue, it's, and some of the wrestlers I did not know, they actually connected with the audience better. And I've got this weird reflection on my glasses, so if and if I take them off, I can't see. So, but anyway, and they're just letting people go right and left, and it's like, I'm gonna be honest, they fired a bunch of creative people, which Somebody needs to, but if you're not going to put anybody in there that's going to do anything, you know, kind of looking forward to Raw. Hogan says it's going to be a big guest. Of course, everybody's looking at Sting. You know, it's supposed to be Hogan's birthday. Nectar of the Gods, excuse me. But everybody's looking for Sting to be there, which would be cool. I'm not going to get my hopes up because I know if he does show up in a WWE ring, they're not going to get in any hurry to do it. They're going to slow it, and then finally he's just going to... But anyway, they, you know, you just never know, you know, how they're going to do things. I know he wants to be in a WWE ring. He's stated it several times here since this, you know, the game deal come down. So, but we're gonna try to hope and pray that maybe he does show up. There's a possibility. I think it would do, you know, even some of the wrestlers that are actually in WWE right now said that it would be cool to be in the locker room with, you know, Sting walking around, you know, and just knowing that there's a possibility that he could show up in a ring. You know, Drew McIntyre actually won a wrestling champion for one of the indie shows, you know, and good for him. I really don't understand, you know, why they got rid of him when certain people still have jobs that shouldn't have one. The network has been having a lot. I'll be honest. The only time I really use the network, I get on there once in a while since they've started adding some of the WCW stuff and some of the ECW stuff. I watch some of it, but usually what I do is I look at pay-per-views. Or if I miss Raw, you know, and I decide I don't want to watch it on the DVR, I'll watch it while I'm, you know, sitting in there chilling. But I haven't had any problems with it. Now, a lot of people have been fussing because if you pay by month, which I didn't even know that was an option, your actual price is going to double. It's going to be like almost $20. But if you pay for 6 months, if you agree to a 6-month term, you still get it for $9.99. And I guess because, you know, they're having people get on there, well, I don't like it, man, leave. You know, I mean, come on, people. If you get a cell phone, you got to keep it for 2 years before you get rid of it. So, I mean, it's just like any other thing. As far as any of the storyline goes, there's some hype, you know, in certain areas. I kind of like, I like anything with Paul Heyman except, and I got into a thing on Google the other day. This guy was talking up Lesnar, and, you know, and Lesnar, if you're watching this, you suck. It's not my opinion. It's not just my opinion. It is a group opinion. Now, I can't say that Lesnar stunk or sucked when he first came out. At that time, he was a beast. He was humongous. He was devastating. But he went to the UFC, and he got that stupid-ass tattoo on his chest, trying to compensate for something. Just want to know. Not really, but, you know, anyway. And then, you know, he kind of come back to the WWE with his tail between his legs. Oh, he was a UFC champion. No. He beat Randy Couture. Randy Couture was fixing to retire, people. Of course he won. You know, and the only good thing about Lesnar is the fact that we get to see Paul Heyman in the ring. Matter of fact, if Paul Heyman was about 295 and about 6'4", or maybe 6 foot, everybody would be saying Lesnar who, because literally you would have a person that didn't need to talk for anybody. He could do the wrestling, and but with Paul Heyman, you know, they have to do something to make Lesnar interesting, because God forbid they give him a microphone. It's gotten to the point where it's almost as bad as Randy Orton having a microphone. And it's not the fact that Randy Orton can't wrestle. He can wrestle. It's just that, and it's not the fact that he can't do a promo. It's just the fact that he says the same thing in every promo he does. And it's just it's just Randy Orton's he's gonna talk again, yay, and he's gonna do this and he's gonna do that, and yay, he's gonna say this. He's gonna pretty much say I'm better than you, even though you say, well, Ric Flair used to do that. Yeah, but Ric Flair said it with pizzazz. He didn't say it, I'm better than you. I'm better than you. I mean, he said the same thing, but with a different flair. No pun intended. But it was good to see Mark Henry back. It kills me when they bring Mark Henry back, like, he's a returning hero, and then they plunk him out in the ring. I know he gets hurt a lot, but damn, the guy's a monster. Speaking of monsters, there's a lot of talk that maybe Kane won't wear the mask anymore. That they put it on for that little time, and now he's not going to wear the mask. I like him either way. I think it's a big guy. I think he's got, for a guy his size to be able to move the way he does, But that's pretty much what we're going to talk about TNA now. And I don't normally talk about too much about TNA, but I watched a video last night on Vine, and I can't say that I actually watched the show as it took place, but I watched Bub and Devon put Dixie Carter through a table. I have to say, that was enjoyable. Matter of fact, I watched the Vine several times and got a big smile on my face. I guess she's truly trying to be Stephanie McMahon, failing at it, but I have to give her props for taking a shot through a table. Their storylines at TNA, and of course, there's talk of WWE moving to SmackDown, to actual shooting it on Thursday, and it actually being live, which pretty much caused a panic at TNA because they're already having ratings problems, and of course even though TMZ said that they're not going to continue their contract, both TNA and Spike TV are still saying they're in negotiations. Now, there's a lot of talk that the reason why they're doing that is because they want TNA to be able to find a new home. And if they were to say, well, we're going to cancel it openly, then that might hinder them finding a new home. So, I kind of see both ways. I'm not saying that TNA doesn't have some interesting things, and they have some great talent. It's just the fact that, to go along with what David Hero and Damian Nelson said, they've already had somebody try to buy it. And the reason why they wouldn't buy it is because they did not want Dixie Carter to have any power. And the people that were trying to sell it, Dixie's father, wanted her to still keep her power and keep her position in the company. They didn't want that. I mean, if they're going to have their hands tied, what's the point? And Spike TV, there's a lot of talk that Spike actually wanted to buy into TNA, pretty much become an investor. And the Carters didn't want to give up any control, so that may be the reason why Spike is having problems thinking about continuing their contract, because they would not let them buy in, which is their option. And I kind of see their point in a way, but I'm like David Hero. Why would you not want your TV partner to actually be partners with your business? It would pretty much, to me, now I'm not a business professional, I was a nurse at trade, but it would seem to me that this would pretty much cement your ability to be on TV and I don't know. I guess there's reasons, but pretty much the main reason is that they didn't want to give up any control. God forbid they give up any control. But I'm kind of interested to see if they are going to lose their contract, what's going to happen. And, there's many talents that with TNA that may not have a chance to become a WWE star. Some of them pretty much not going to be able to. So it's going to be kind of weird to see all those talents have to go to Indy and all that. They seem to be pushing the network a lot, and there's a lot of people talking about has it come to the point where they're nearly as bad as where they were pushing the app when it first came out. I mean, every 5 words out of Michael Cole's mouth was something about the app. Well, you got to push it some way. I think at times they get too much involved in talking about the network and not talk about the wrestling matches going on. I don't know. They just been, WWE is in a weird state right now. Pretty much to me, it looks like Vince McMahon is panicking. He did not get what money he wanted. The money he thought he was should have gotten with this TV, the redo of the TV deal. Now the network, everybody knew that when the network started, it was going to drop their stock a little bit because stuff like that makes investors nervous. Which the stock had actually started to recover, and then it kind of went down again. So, and it could be a sign of it just could be the times, and then again it could be that people are tired of seeing the same old crap. I don't know. I know that there was a report that at one of the WrestleCons or Comic-Cons that Taker was going to be there, and he's going to be taking pictures with fans, which is a good sign. I'm not saying he's going to jump in the ring and wrestle here in the next couple of days, but it is a good sign that he is getting out now and doing appearances for WWE. I know that they put Sting on the 2K15, the new video game panel, which is interesting, and which I think it may be, it may actually be pushing forward and maybe moving into a different thing. But what I don't get is it's just like WWE has lost something. I don't know what it is. I've actually found myself watching stuff from the old days instead of watching the new stuff. I just don't, and it's terrible that I hate to say it, but I think it all started with CM Punk leaving. The show might have been boring, but if CM Punk was there, something cool would have been said. And I'm like most of them. It just seems like they just want to get a paycheck and go home. And some of these wrestlers that are out there giving their all are not getting the spotlight. Ziggler, even though Cesaro is getting a sort of kind of push, Cesaro, I don't see why they're not pushing Zack Ryder a little bit. He's got the charisma for it. He's got the passion for it. I just don't know who he keeps pissing off. I know he needs to, he really needs to change who. He needs to stop pissing people off. But they're not really using these stars, and as much as I think, it's not really believable that AJ could still be champion. Right now, she's pretty much probably the best promo diva out there. I'm kind of interested to see what this Stephanie McMahon and Brie Bella thing. There's a lot of talk that maybe her sister's going to turn on her. I don't know. But we all knew that eventually Stephanie McMahon was going to get in the ring. She wasn't training just to remove all that baby fat, that she put on during. Hey, I don't want no telephone calls. I don't want no emails. Women put on weight when they have babies, okay? But she wasn't in the gym just there to lose her post pregnancy weight. She was there to get in shape for something. So we all knew something like that was going to happen. But they're signing all these stars, and to quote Joe Cronin, they're just going to neuter them. They're not going to let them do what they want to do. It's not the first time it's happened, and it's probably not going to be the last. That's pretty much been the show today. We've had a lot going on. I'm still working on a kind of a surprise in the background. But just to mention something not non-wrestling related, it's terrible when someone can't give up their obsession with trying to stalk me and my wife, not in a physical sense, but via social media. That you would actually tweet a picture trying to make me think that you're actually in Janesville, where we live in Wisconsin, and don't have the common sense to turn off your location on your Twitter that says you're in your hometown in another country. It really made me smile. But just in case you're watching this, and I'm going to remove my glasses, I want you to look into my eyes. There's no fear here, just pity for your pitiful, pathetic life. Anyway, moving on along. Yeah, there's some strange people in this world, and if you happen to be one of those people that are able to find those weird people, I can give you one advice: just turn away and walk away quietly. We do have some people that kind of sponsor us, and I've got some stuff at the end of the show. You can see their information. Sack Pack Promotions. I want to thank Throttle, the band who gives us the music that starts off the show. I want to thank Fight Disability Slurs, excuse me, by the way. FightDisabilitySlurs.wordpress.com, my wife's webpage. Also help sponsor this. I want to thank Mayhem-News.com, our actual, who is actually the full control of this show. I own and operate that webpage. You can always follow us there. And if you follow us on Mayhem-News.com, yes, I've tried to do Mayhem-News.com. I just don't think paying $200 to have that little dash took out is actually worth it. But if you do follow us on Mayhem-News.com, follow us on YouTube. I know the shows are both there. I'm still having problems with the software for WordPress. It will still not post my videos right, so I'm just having to put the link there. In reality, it kind of makes the page look less cluttered. So even if they fix it, I may actually keep it that way. I am working on something in the background. I'm trying to get some stuff so I can enhance the web page a little bit. And working on some show ideas. A live show does not work for me as far as while a wrestling show's on, because I rarely watch it when it first comes on, because I'm usually busy or if I'm not home. But I am going to work on something. Just to let you know that we do have some stuff to do on our gaming channel. As soon as I can work out the problems with Twitch. Yes, I've actually started playing Black Ops 2. I'm completely maxed out on Ghost. So pretty much we play during Clan Wars, and I play something else during when Clan Wars is not active. So, well, Black Ops has a feature where I can actually broadcast it to Twitch. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to broadcast it to Twitch, and then I'm going to go and take it and upload that to the thing. And at one point I had a YouTube channel for my gaming stuff, but I mean, I just don't see putting it in two different places. I get more traffic from the Mayhem News Live, and we did do a gaming report at one time, so I think that's just what I'm going to do. I'm just going to post it on one and then be done with it. But I also want to give a shout out to Girls with Big Guns Clan. They're an all-female clan on excuse me, on Xbox Live and on PSN. Also want to thank Blast 52. It's an Irish band that me and my wife have started to listen to, and they're great. They got great music. All of this info is at the end of the show. There's a little banner I got put up. It's got all their information. But we're also looking for new sponsors. If you're interested in sponsoring this, it doesn't have to be a bunch of money. If you just want your name put up on the end of the show, hopefully in the next year, we're going to start going live again, and I'm testing that now. So this has been the Mayhem News Live Wrestling broadcast. I am the Man in Black, a.k.a. Team Iblios, and we will be back here. I will try to start getting the shows back on time on Tuesdays. I try to post them sometime Tuesday, but usually it may be Wednesday, depending on what's going on. And that's been the show for today. Thanks for watching, and spread the word. Welcome to the Mayhem News Live Wrestling broadcast with your host, the Man in Black, a.k.a. Team Iblios. Each week we're here talking about the wrestling headlines and covering everything from Impact Wrestling to SmackDown. Join us each Tuesday via MayhemNews.com and the Mayhem News Live YouTube channel. You can subscribe to both and keep up with wrestling news and our show.